Amazon eliminated 14,000 corporate jobs in a single month. Let that sink in. We're not talking about factory workers. These were white-collar roles, mid-level managers, people who spent years climbing the corporate ladder. Imagine one of them, a project manager named John, sipping his morning coffee as sunlight filters through his kitchen. His smartwatch buzzes with a notification. He casually checks his phone and nearly drops it. It's an email from HR marked urgent. Heart pounding, he reads the opening line. "We regret to inform you that your role has been eliminated." John's mind races. Eliminated? How? Why? He feels a lump in his throat as his laptop dings with messages from equally stunned coworkers. His career, his plans, all upended before 8 a.m. He was a solid performer, not some slacker. So what just happened? Could this happen to you? It's a question now hanging in the air for everyone with an office job. We used to think robots would replace factory workers tightening bolts on an assembly line, not folks like John who juggle spreadsheets and meeting agendas. But here we are. The unthinkable just became reality. John's story isn't a one-off. It's a sign of the times. In late 2025, Amazon's leadership admitted the quiet part out loud. Their company is working to become leaner in the AI era, cutting layers of management to do it. And Amazon is far from alone. Analysts at Gartner now predict that by 2026, 1 in 5 companies will use AI to eliminate half of their mid-level managers. Yes, 20% of organizations might effectively chop away every second manager, flattening whole layers of bureaucracy. It sounds like dystopian science fiction, but that's a real forecast from experts, and it's already starting. John's morning nightmare could be many of our tomorrows. Think about what that means. We're not just losing positions. We're losing mentors, coaches, the human bridges between top brass and entry-level staff. If AI programs take over project tracking and performance reviews, what happens to mentorship? Junior employees used to learn the ropes from seasoned managers. Now those managers are vanishing. Even Gartner's analysts warn that traditional mentoring and learning pathways may become broken when middle management thins out, leaving young workers without guidance. John himself worries. Who will train the new hires or spot their potential if an algorithm is crunching the status reports? And it's not just the hierarchy that's changing. It's the daily grind. Generative AI systems have become shockingly good at the busy work that fills a manager's day. Writing status updates, drafting memos, compiling quarterly forecasts. A machine can do a lot of that now. In fact, 65% of managers in one survey said generative AI can already assist with planning and forecasting tasks. John used to spend hours every week writing project memos and updating Excel forecasts. And AI can churn those out in minutes. AI is even writing performance reviews and summarizing meeting notes at some companies. Picture software that digests all your team's updates and spits out a polished weekly memo for the boss. No human manager needed. It's no wonder executives are tempted. These AI tools don't take lunch breaks. They don't go home at 5, and they never complain about overtime. John's own CEO had hinted months earlier that with generative AI coming in, we'll need fewer people doing some jobs being done today. Ouch. Now that prediction is sitting in John's inbox as cold confirmation. He feels angry, then anxious. How do you compete with a tireless algorithm that learns every day? What are you supposed to do when the very tasks that proved your value, your carefully curated slide decks, your scheduling finesse, your detailed reports, can be automated at the click of a button? He's not alone in that anxiety. Offices everywhere are feeling a new kind of tension. One moment, your manager is calling a team huddle. The next, an AI scheduling agent pings you with your updated assignments. No human involved. Who do you even complain to when your boss is a bot? The uncertainty is unnerving. Managers like John prided themselves on being the glue holding teams together. Take away the memos and forecasts, and they wonder, what's left for me to do? And deeper down, am I replaceable? Here's the plot twist none of us saw coming. AI is coming for the desk jobs first, not last. For years, we all assumed robots would take over manual labor and repetitive factory work, while white-collar professionals would be safe doing complex mental tasks. Honestly, I didn't see this coming either. But the evidence is in front of us. John and thousands of others got a brutal wake-up call. It turned out to be easier to automate office work than to automate a warehouse. Writing emails and analyzing data? Easier for AI than, say, folding laundry or driving a delivery truck through city traffic? Surprised? So was John. So was I. Why is this happening? It's a case of reality flipping the script. The truth is, a lot of management work is more routine than we like to admit. Gathering updates, merging slide decks, approving invoices, forecasting figures. These tasks follow patterns and rules. That makes them perfect for AI. A smart algorithm can synthesize a dozen project reports faster and maybe more objectively than a human manager juggling back-to-back meetings. AI can crunch years of sales data to forecast next quarter's numbers in seconds, whereas a human might spend days and still be off the mark. Meanwhile, the jobs we thought of as low skill often involve dexterity and real-world complexity that machines still struggle with. It's hugely counterintuitive, but an AI finds it easier to generate a cogent memo than to reliably pick a random item off a shelf and pack it in a box. Who would have thought? This is the reversal. Some call it the Great Inversion that we're living through now. The manager's role, with all its spreadsheets and communications, turned out to be low-hanging fruit for automation. So here we are. AI isn't just an assistant anymore. In some cases, it's effectively the new manager. It doesn't wear a tie or occupy the corner office, but it's making decisions, approving budgets, flagging performance issues, routing customer requests. And it's doing it without bias or burnout. At least, that's the sales pitch. We have to ask ourselves, can an algorithm lead a team meeting? Can it understand office politics, inspire creativity, or coach an underperforming employee? These are the human elements that John brought to the table. The soft skills a machine can't easily replicate. Companies risk forgetting that in the rush to cut costs. It's the ultimate twist. For all the efficiency gains, we might lose something intangible but priceless in the process. The human touch in leadership. John's story could be anyone's story at this point. So if you're watching this and wondering how to not end up like him, let's talk solutions. How do we, as white-collar professionals, adapt and thrive when AI is changing the game? Here are 3 concrete strategies. Become your team's AI champion. Instead of waiting for the axe to fall, grab the axe handle. Make yourself the go-to person for integrating AI in your department. Volunteer to test that new AI tool everyone's curious about. Automate the tedious parts of your job before someone automates you. By positioning yourself as the human plus AI expert, you turn a threat into an advantage. You're no longer just a manager or analyst. You're the AI translator who helps the whole team work smarter. Bosses will value the employee who can save time and money with these tools. And that can be you. Pivot to roles requiring emotional intelligence. Look for aspects of your job or adjacent jobs that AI can't easily fill. The parts that involve empathy, relationship building, and complex human judgment. Maybe it's people management, client relations, creative strategy, or mentoring others. Focus on being the person who can do what algorithms can't. AI can crunch numbers, but it can't negotiate a delicate deal or rally a demoralized team after a setback. Those talents are your safe harbor. As routine tasks get automated, roles that blend technical know-how with high EQ, emotional intelligence, will shine. Think of jobs like organizational development, coaching, or cross-functional leadership. Fields where a human touch is irreplaceable, at least for now. Learn to speak AI. Yes, prompt engineering is a thing. In this new era, knowing how to work with AI is a superpower. That means learning skills like prompt engineering. Basically, how to ask AI the right questions to get useful answers. It might sound high-tech, but it's surprisingly accessible. Take an online course on AI tools relevant to your field. Experiment with ChatGPT or other generative AI in your daily tasks. The better you understand these systems, the more you can partner with them instead of being replaced by them. Imagine being the person in your office who can say, "I wrote a quick script to have our AI tool summarize the weekly sales data and draft the report for us." You instantly become more valuable, not less. You and AI together can outperform either one alone. Embrace that mindset. Finally, remember John? He's down, but not out. He took time to reflect and realize this shakeup was a chance to reinvent himself. He's now consulting on AI adoption, basically ensuring what happened to him doesn't blindside others. It's a wild world we're entering, where change is the only constant. Surviving and thriving means staying curious, staying adaptable, and doubling down on what makes us uniquely human. But it can also be empowering if we choose to see it as a tool rather than a tyrant. The key is to act, not freeze. Upskill, adapt, and carve out your place. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.